All right, and we are live tonight, July 14th, 2014, with another WWE Raw review. Your host, Tony here, and my other host here, I guess you could say co-host, is the Bizarre One, Dave. How you doing tonight?
Good. Better than Rollins.
Yeah, we'll get into that later on in the video. Uh, as the title says, it's seeing show up. We had a big main event announced earlier in the day via Twitter and text message if you have WWE as maybe the app or whatever have you. That it was going to be Reigns, Cena, and Ambrose versus Kane, Orton, and Rollins in a six-man tag match for the main event at Raw. Excuse me. It's all really that was announced for the Raw. Oh, also Ric Flair was supposed to show up tonight on Raw.
I also think they announced that on SmackDown as well.
What, Flair or the tag?
No, the six-man tag. I believe they announced it on SmackDown too.
Oh, did they? I must have missed that. But let's get right into Raw. Raw opened up with Cena coming out, pretty much hyping up Battleground, telling everybody how he can lose the match. Like the fans didn't know how he could actually lose in a fatal four-way. Reigns ends up coming back down too, pretty much stating that he's going to take the title, pretty much. What did you get out of this whole promo between Cena and Reigns, and you think it's going to end up with a feud between these two guys in the next couple of months?
No, probably not the next couple months. Because if the rumors are true about who, we can talk about it later too, but who's showing up, then I think it'll be, honestly, if I had to say right now, honestly, I don't think Cena's losing.
Yeah, well, just to get into what he said the fans are crazy tonight because Battleground is only six nights away. He said that he may be champion tonight, but come Sunday that it might not be the same. Cena then says he doesn't even have to be pinned to lose the championships. Like, we did not know that. Which then ended up to Reigns coming down. Cena says that they need to be on the same page tonight, and Reigns tell him to get to the point. Because Cena was pretty much babbling once Reigns got into the ring. Ambrose ends up coming onto the screen and says that he gets tired, that they have some beef, but tonight is about fighting. Ambrose then gets attacked in the back by Orton, Rollins, and Kane in a pretty brutal beatdown. I mean, threw him into the garage door a couple of times. And he got choke slammed, I believe, and curb stomped on some kind of wooden platform or something. It was pretty much a pretty massive beatdown. What did you think of it? You said you liked it. You enjoyed it. I heard you on.
Well, I don't so much I enjoyed Ambrose getting beat down, but I enjoy how they just did the whole segment because it was like, okay, and then you had, which I was kind of surprised we didn't see Roman or Cena try to run back there and help him. That was kind of like, really?
Yeah.
You see him being beat down.
Yeah, they made zero effort to get to the back to save Ambrose. I was waiting any minute to see them come out of nowhere to just attack him, but
well, I thought Roman at least would.
Someone, but no one ended up coming to the back. Ambrose gets pretty much beat down to a pulp. Also Michael Cole later announced, or pretty much after the segment, that they took him to the hospital to get examined. Yada yada yada. You know, the same old stuff to set up a handicap match for the main event, which later on made it was going to be Roman Reigns and Cena versus the same three. So I guess the job was done, if you want to say. You want to move on? Let's move on. For the first match of the night, and it was The Miz versus Sheamus.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like the current Miz character?
I don't like any Miz characters, so no.
I'm not gonna try to be biased because I know we both know we don't really like The Miz, but I kind of like it because he's that stuck up. Well, he's not a celebrity. We'll get straight to that, but he thinks he's some kind of movie star, and he doesn't want to be touched or in the face and whatnot. I think that's kind of a cool, not a cool gimmick, but it fits him. He's a cocky son of a bitch. Nobody likes him. When he finally gets hit in the face, everybody's gonna cheer. That's for sure. And the match actually wasn't too bad.
I was going back to the Derby by that time. I didn't care about the match at all.
Well, okay. Well, the match wasn't too bad. The Miz ends up picking up the victory.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Tomorrow night, right?
Yes, they are actually going to have a rematch tomorrow night on Main Event. So if you didn't see the match
title
on Raw, I'm sorry?
Is it for the title?
No, I don't think so. I
would think they would make it for the title just because he beat the champion.
I'm not sure if it is for the title. I believe it's not, but they may have announced it was for the title, and I might have missed it, but I don't think it is. But find out tomorrow night. If you did not check out tonight's match, you can check it out tomorrow night on Main Event. Yeah, and Miz got the win. We ended up going backstage. Orton says nothing will stop him from winning the championship on Sunday. Kane says that he may walk out with the titles. So Kane's probably doesn't look like he's going to be on the same page with Orton come Sunday. Triple H then walks in and says that they need to trust each other so the title can come back to the Authority. And then Stephanie ends up coming in and starts making out with Triple H. I don't know what that was all about. That was just random. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. Anyways, let's get to the second match of the night, which was Dolph Ziggler and Fandango, and I just knew that they were going to get involved, which is Layla and Summer Rae. They end up getting involved in the match by dancing on the announce table. I think if this match was actually given time, this could have been a good match. But of course, they get Summer Rae and Layla involved. Did you even care for this match, Dave?
It wasn't much of a match. It was different how they did it. It kind of reminded me of you remember back in the Attitude Era, a lot of the older fans remember we had Jackie, Miss Jackie, or Jacqueline, whatever you want to call her, and Terry Reynolds when they did the whole PMS gimmick.
Yes.
It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Like they're going to just use the guys or whatever.
Yeah, it made Dolph Ziggler look good. He ends up with both of the ladies at the end of the night, and he picks up the victory. And tonight's Raw was basically push the network, push the network, push the network, push the battle royal, push the battle royal, and.
Were you surprised that they plugged the CM Punk thing tomorrow night on Raw?
No, they want viewers. That's all. They want people to buy it, and I think they're trying to take advantage of the CM Punk name because he owns that name. So I think they're trying to take advantage of it as much as they can before they cannot use it any longer if he doesn't decide to.
Yeah, because his contract expires Thursday, if that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, his contract.
Yeah,
his contract is up on Thursday, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens between WWE and CM Punk, but kind of doubt he ups his contract. But anyways, let's get to Dolph Ziggler and Fandango. Dolph Ziggler gets the win. Kind of looks strong going into the Battle Royal, but we all know he will not win the Battle Royal. The Usos were about to come out to the ring, and they get attacked from behind by the Wyatt family. I'm not sure if they were going to have a match with anybody. Just get attacked. And
it was a good way to get the tag champions on Raw. They didn't really have a tag match, so if you would count that six-man tag night, I guess. But I think that's all that was. Just a way to get them on TV.
Yeah, of course. And they're going to be facing each other at Battleground in a 2 out of 3 falls match, which should be interesting. I hope it doesn't get too boring. I don't think these 4 can have a boring match. It should be very interesting to see. And I think the Wyatt family are definitely going to come out victorious, but we'll get into that in our predictions video. But yeah, they take out the Usos, and that was the end of it. And then we got to probably the biggest pop of the night. No, it was not Sting. It was actually Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter, believe it or not. When they had
an Attitude Era segment right there. You know, that's how the crowd acted all the time with that segment right there.
Yeah, when they had their little moments, that was pretty cool. They had a little debate between the two, between Lana and Zeb. He basically tore into Lana, and Lana tore into the U.S. And Rusev said, "What did he say? War? It's gonna be war or something like that." Oh my goodness gracious!
I don't speak Russian
No, he
or
said it's gonna be war.
Bulgarian, whoever he is.
It's gonna be that match. I'm actually really looking forward to between Rusev and Swagger. Really looking
That's one
forward
of
to
the
that
first
match.
times that I'm actually looking forward to a Jack Swagger match, and such a even though it is I consider it a mid card
It's a
match or a mid level
card.
match, and it's one of the first ones I'm actually looking forward to. I think a lot of us are like, yes, Rusev will probably win, but to me, it doesn't even matter to me if Jack Swagger loses simply because. I mean, I think we're going to continue these feuds though. Because Jack Swagger can lose and he's still going to look huge.
All right. I totally agree with you. I just hope he doesn't get squashed. I hope it's actually a really good match.
I don't think he's going to get squashed. I think it's going to be like a really good match. Or I could even see Rusev either getting disqualified or even Jack Swagger just getting counted out. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like the title says, did Sting show up? And we'll just get to that right now. No, Sting did not show up tonight on WWE Raw, but it was actually, again, like everybody was speculating, about the video game. It's a commercial for Sting to be in the video game if you pre-order WWE 2K, 15, whatever, for you get him as a special character. Only if you pre-order. I liked the commercial, really liked it. The orchestra playing his song, them wearing the face paint and everything. I don't want to say I don't want to say this because I know it's not going to happen. But him being in the video game makes me think he's going to show up sometime on WWE Raw.
Yeah, because everyone they put in the video game the last few years, starting with Brock Lesnar, you know, when they put Brock Lesnar in a few years ago, you know, and then all of a sudden Brock Lesnar showed back up after that WrestleMania, you know, and Batista was put in last year's game, and then Batista showed up this year.
Yeah, I just think it makes it.
And they're already selling Sting shirts on WWEshop.com.
Yeah, it would just make sense to have him show up on Raw. Just he's part of the WWE video game. Maybe they lead up to a storyline somewhere near. I don't see him. I don't know what to say about Sting being in a match or anything. It's kind of disappointing. Yes, I wanted to see him on Raw. Would have been nice to hear him say something, but it's definitely going to get them buys for the WWE video game. That's for sure.
You know what? If they wanted to really get some more subscribers, they should advertise. I don't think they will, but it would be a smart advertising ploy. Is Sting will be at SummerSlam? You know, that would be something really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he'll be at SummerSlam, but.
To me, I don't either, but I'm saying that would be, if they did that, that would be something huge. You get people really want to see it.
Yeah, true. But I don't know what they're gonna do with Sting. He's obviously signed with the WWE, but to what capacity, nobody knows quite yet. But I guess we'll find out in the near future, and I hope he is definitely signed and maybe shows up for one match. Like we were talking in last night's video, we both have each other, wanting to face someone. Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Triple H, whatever, whoever have you. We just hope he gets his maybe one final match. But anyways, I'm trying to find my notes here. Oh, the next match was Alberto Del Rio versus RVD in another one-on-one match again.
For the 1,000th time?
Yeah, and Alberto Del Rio actually picks up the victory. What did you think of it? I mean, I know you didn't really care for the match because you're tired.
I didn't care for the match. I mean, Del Rio winning didn't really surprise me.
Really?
Just because I don't think that, because it seems like Del Rio is another guy who's been rumored about his contract being up too. and he's about to leave the WWE as well. That's a rumor going around.
Yeah, I
And
think he was supposed to leave a long time ago. I think like a couple of months
yeah, but
ago.
I think his contract probably is up within the next 2 or 3 months or something like that. But I mean, it makes more sense to have him win clean because RVD, honestly, he's not. I'm not gonna call him a jobber, but he's basically all he's doing is putting over these WE talents. That's all he's been doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just been putting since he came back. He's just been there to put over guys, and that's all he's been doing. He hasn't really beaten anybody except for like. I think Chris Jericho, when Chris Jericho's last match on Raw, he said it was going to be his last match back a year or so ago. You remember that match?
Yeah.
And that was a really good match, but RVD won that match, I believe. And to me, RVD, that's really the only match I can really say that he's actually won that was actually meaningful.
Yeah. Well, he's also involved in the Battle Royal, and it seemed like a lot of these matches tonight were people that were in the Battle Royal. They just, promoting it like crazy. So.
We also found out tonight that Wade Barrett is going to be at Battleground.
Yes, he'll be presenting the champion or the winner of the Battle Royal the championship belt. So I wonder if he gets involved. Maybe
that makes me think about something too. Like that makes me almost second guess my Cesaro pick just because Barrett's a heel. So you would almost want to give it to a face to have Barrett kind of want to come after to start up a storyline when he comes back with him.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
agree.
see.
Well, we don't know how long Barrett's actually out, so who knows what they're going to do with that. After that, we had Stephanie McMahon come out and announce that Nikki Bella is going to be in another handicap match versus Alicia Fox and Cameron. And they also announced a pre-show match, which will be Cameron versus, what's her face? Naomi. So that's, I don't really like Cameron at all. I don't think she's a really good wrestler at all either. And hopefully Naomi shines and somehow carries that match and makes it a good one. But nonetheless,
sure. She's going to win, obviously.
Yeah, the handicap match ended up with Alicia Fox and Alicia Fox and Cameron winning. It was a decent match, actually. It wasn't too bad. We go backstage, and Triple H and Orton are talking. Triple H says that Orton is the plan. Orton then says that if he is the plan, there is no need for Plan B. Orton walks away as Triple H just stands there, and then comes Mr. No. Was that when Heyman came out?
Yeah, I think after. Yeah, I think.
So it was actually after this match between Big E and Cesaro.
Started the rumors of Heyman being fired.
Yeah, Jerry Lawler, some reason mentioned that he might be fired from Cesaro's, I guess, as a manager because he didn't come down with him to the ring. He had a decent match with Big E. Kofi Kingston gets involved. It looks, I don't like Cesaro on this little losing streak, but I mean, I guess you got to make it seem like Big E has a chance of winning the Battle Royal. I mean, I guess the loss to Cesaro really doesn't hurt him too much.
I think it's more like a bully complex where it's like, you're not going to push me around thing more than anything, like he did with Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more like that than anything.
Okay. Then we got a pretty nice little promo between Jericho and Bray Wyatt. And I can't believe the fans...
Awesome.
I can't believe the fans were chanting boring during Bray Wyatt's promo.
I know. It's like, man, I mean, well, they're doing what the WWE and Vince McMahon probably want, though. They want them to boo Bray Wyatt and cheer Jericho. That's what they want.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess in a way it worked.
Yeah, boring.
Make it seem like that. Yeah.
Boring?
Yeah, boring is just retarded. I don't understand that at all. It shouldn't. Yeah, it's just dumb. Come on now. I'm really looking forward to this match very, very much. Another match in the Battleground card that I'm really looking forward to. I just don't understand when the Wyatts put the lights out, which they did tonight. Why doesn't he just turn his jacket on? That's what I don't understand.
Turn it on. He still couldn't see him with a jacket on.
Well, I mean, you'll at least see something. Yeah. My lord. But anyways, they end up coming into the ring. He gets away.
One more thing about that. You know what I wish they would kind of do with that like the Brood used to do a little bit, you know? When the lights go out, you just see, like, Jericho just laid out on the mat or something like that, and they're gone. That'd have
Yeah.
been so cool, I think.
And
But I do like that we haven't seen Jericho or Bray Wyatt really at each other at all. I love, like, physicality at all, really.
yeah, they haven't really touched each other much. Bray Wyatt did get the upper hand on Jericho tonight, attacking him before Jericho could get
Yeah, that's
backstage.
true.
He did his finisher on the ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could see each other maybe on SmackDown in some kind of involvement because they did announce that Jericho will face Luke Harper on SmackDown. That's going to be a great match. I cannot wait to see them two go at it. That's definitely something to tune into the SmackDown or to DVR it if you don't. Definitely check that out. I just lost Dave. Holy moly. Let me get back. Let me send him another invite. Anyways, Bray Wyatt ends up doing his finisher on Jericho and pretty much sets up the match between the two of them at Battleground. I'm pretty much very interested in this match, just like I'm interested in the Swagger and Rusev match. Then we got AJ Lee kicking on shitty-ass Eva Marie in a one-on-one contest, and Paige was at commentary. She wasn't too bad. Let me see what she said. I have some stuff written down. Not really too much. The match was actually not too bad between Eva Marie and AJ. I was actually impressed that it was actually not too bad of a match. I don't care for Eva Marie at all, so that's why I'm impressed. AJ Lee gets the finish with her finisher, and yeah, it just seems like they're really pushing AJ Lee right now, of course, because they're desperate, because they really don't believe in any other diva out there. Seeing why Paige lost her title after just holding it for a couple of weeks, and we got Dave back. Hey, Dave, we're talking about AJ Lee versus Paige.
Who are you talking about?
AJ Lee versus Paige.
I'm really loving how they make Paige right now. I really love this. Because you know it's going to turn where, more than likely, I hate to say it, but she's probably going to lose. I really do like Paige. I like AJ too, so I'm kind of torn. But I like how they're making Paige say, oh, she's my friend, and we're best friends. I just love how they're doing that.
Yeah, that's pretty funny when they kind of had their
We're
little...
going to get another match at SummerSlam too, which is going to be awesome.
Wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, and it's actually an interesting Divas feud for a change. I actually like it. Further on, we go backstage, and actually, it's Kane who comes up to Triple H in the backstage segment. Says that he doesn't think that he doesn't trust Orton and he doesn't like him. Triple H says he doesn't care and he just says doesn't care what he does as long as the title comes home to the Authority. Then we got our next match was Bo Dallas versus the Great Khali.
Did you mention you know who's showing up or no?
That did not happen yet.
Oh, I thought it happened after the Kane thing.
No, it happened after this. It happened after this match.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Bo Dallas was excellent versus Great Khali.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I see him, he makes me laugh all the time. I can't help it.
Yeah, the funny thing he did tonight was just great. He's like bad giant. I mean, that was just great.
Yeah, and a guy who can win the belt and still be a heel, even with Barrett giving him the belt, is Bo Dallas.
Perfect, I think. If you had him win the Intercontinental title, that'd be perfect.
You could have him mention Barrett's injury and to believe he could come back. I mean, that would just be perfect, but I don't think he's going to win it. He had a Great Khali match, and it was as good as you can get it with the Great Khali. He went by countout. He does his bulldog outside the ring, and Great Khali can get back in the ring. We go backstage with Rollins, Triple H, and Stephanie. Rollins says he doesn't think Orton and Kane can get on the same page by Sunday. Rollins reminds him that if they don't walk out with the title, they can always make their move with a plan B. Rollins leaves and then enters the man himself, Paul Heyman. he pretty much plants the seed by saying that he hopes everything works out for them, but if they need a solid bulletproof plan C, he's a guy to talk to. So that pretty much teases Brock Lesnar coming back, maybe next week on Raw, possibly.
I don't. Yeah, because next week will be after Battleground, so that'd be perfect sense. Cena, which I think we both believe Cena's going to keep the title.
Yes.
And they could do that where you have Brock Lesnar show up and challenge Cena at SummerSlam, because why wouldn't Brock Lesnar be a #1 contender for the title when he just ended The Undertaker's undefeated streak, in case you didn't know?
Yeah, and also it makes sense because if Plan A or Plan B don't go through, you always have Plan C now with
I think
Lesnar.
Lesnar should
And
be
you can
playing.
have Triple H be frustrated with Kane and Orton, and he brings in Lesnar. We then got Ric Flair coming down, interviewed by Renee Young. If he was drunk, I'm not sure. He was acting pretty crazy. They pretty much asked him who he thought was gonna win the title match, and he went with Cena. No shock there. We also had Cena, when he came out to the ring, hand Ric Flair the WCW championship at the time. Do you think it's the end of that belt? Were they retiring that belt?
Yeah, possibly. Cespedes just won the Home Run Derby, and they just broke out the WWE Championship.
All right, nice. All right. Anyways, back to the video.
Yes.
What did you think of the main event match?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was good. I mean, Raw tonight to me was really good. I enjoyed it. I mean, I couldn't believe when I tweeted out 10:30 already. Crap, Raw's going by quick.
Well, we possibly might have a scare with Rollins, who seemed to jump off the ropes, land on his legs, and maybe ended awkwardly, and may have hurt his knee. They were saying speculation that the ref was putting up the X sign, and that doctors or trainers were running to Rollins, which ended up in, I think,
when he got clothesline outside the ring, he grabbed his knee again, then he tried to get up and fell back down, and you can see the doctor running over to him.
So, I mean, it could possibly be an injury, it could possibly be a work, who knows. It could also be maybe a reason why for Plan C, or maybe for Ambrose and Rollins not to face each other at Battleground, to face each other at SummerSlam instead.
I just hope it's just a fake injury, I'm not saying a fake injury, but a WWE.
I think this is what I think could totally possibly happen, and I think it would be pretty cool. Is if you have Rollins say he's hurt, but he really isn't, and they cancel the match at Battleground, obviously.
Yeah,
After the match, Cena wins, Rollins cashes in, or tries to cash in, and Ambrose interrupts again, which then will lead on to another match at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
but anyways,
because this would really look bad for the fans who've been wanting new stars made. This would be really bad. Another guy gets injured, first Daniel Bryan, then Rollins. That would really look bad for them pushing any young guys.
Yeah, they would definitely be hitting some bad luck, but I think it would be okay.
Hypothetically, don't want him to be hurt or nothing, but what would they do if he got hurt and he's out for a long time? What would they do with the Money in the Bank briefcase then?
Or maybe have another match for it.
Would they basically put that up and just do another Money in the Bank match, you think?
Oh, definitely. I would assume. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of Raw. I mean, Reigns and Cena get the win by DQ. I think because the reason why was because of the Rollins injury. I think Ambrose was supposed to come back and make the save, and I just think they saw that Rollins might have been hurt and they canceled it, because that ending to the match was just weird.
It was odd ending. You're right. I mean, it seemed like that wasn't the scheduled ending.
Definitely not. And
so if he's legitimately hurt, which I really hope he's not, because this is going to screw up a lot of stuff. But
definitely screw up a plan that they've been having or working up. But I was really looking forward to the match at Battleground, that's for sure. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be a little bit disappointed, but it happens.
Yeah, I just hope it is one of those little fake injuries, because it's another thing to do with those high risk things that him and Daniel Bryan both and CM Punk, the Ring of Honor style of wrestling, flying off those ropes and stuff,
Yes.
and where you get really hurt like that. And I hope it's just a thing where every time he's going to face Ambrose, he's going to be like where he can't face him because he's injured. That'd be a nice little twist, I think. But I mean, hopefully, Rollins is okay and doesn't screw up their plans for a Battleground in SummerSlam.
Yeah, but I think this definitely ends up being a match at.
If he doesn't wrestle this Sunday, I mean, what do they do with Ambrose?
They don't just have him in a match. Plain and simple, because I really think.
Match against somebody though.
But who? He's not feuding with anybody else, and the people he's feuding with are in matches.
They would find some. I think they would do something. They would find somebody to put him in a match with.
Maybe. I don't think so. Or maybe put him in a battle royal. Who knows?
Yeah, they could do that.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of Raw. It was solid lead into Battleground, even though hopefully Rollins isn't really hurt. We saw some transitioning between Reigns and Cena. Teasing a spear between Cena and Reigns. I mean, it could go any way. We all know Cena's gonna win. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. Battleground's looking kind of pretty stacked card in my opinion. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much end our Raw review. We will be back Thursday night with a TNA Impact live review. I know we were back after a hiatus of TNA Impact reviews. We'll be back again. Definitely doing a TNA Impact review in the next 3 weeks in a row. Yes, 3 weeks in a row. If we feel like we still want to do TNA Impact reviews after that, we will definitely keep on doing them. If the response for our TNA Impacts are good, I think we will start doing them again as well. Like I said in our past videos, TNA Impact videos or anything related to TNA or our most viewed videos on our channel. So I don't think it would be a bad idea to start doing it again if it feels like we are interested in TNA again. Also, we'll be doing a WWE predictions video later on this week. I'm not sure the exact day. Maybe a Friday or a Saturday night show. Definitely before the pay-per-view, obviously. And then we'll be back again Sunday night after the pay-per-view with our reactions and opinions, and hopefully some viewers will give us theirs as well. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty action-packed week of wrestling on our channel, so please just tune in, and if you're roaming the internet, just come on YouTube and maybe we'll be doing a live show. So just please subscribe if you can, and like and comment on our channel. Any last words before we head out till Thursday, Dave?
Subscribe and follow us on Twitter.
Yes, I'll be definitely writing our Twitter handles in the video box down below. So if you are interested in following us on Twitter, I'll give you our Twitter handles. We'd really appreciate it if you followed and give us your feedback of our videos, maybe what we need to do better and what have. We're just 3 guys. Usually we have Josh here, just shooting the shit, doing videos, and we enjoy to hear the feedback from y'all fans. Thank you. Yeah, that's gonna pretty much end it. And yeah, thank you for watching us, and we will see you guys Thursday night if you're interested in seeing what happens with the NYC tapings on Impact. Thank you guys.